Today I want to talk about why your workouts aren't working anymore. Um, for those of us who are 40s, 50s, 60s plus, our bodies are ready for smarter training. If you're still working out and working out hard, but not seeing results, you are not broken, I assure you. But you might be training like it's 1995. I have done the same thing to myself. So, why does Main Street fitness fail you? A lot of the advice that is out there is made for 20 something, random boot camps, bad recovery. And it still works for these women, but when we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s, etc., your body has new priorities. Nervous system stress that you may have lived with for years, stress from work, from family, from friends, from community, from politics, etc., is affecting you and weighing on you. Your joints are filled with stories, right? Whether it's your shoulder joint, your knee joint, I'm slapping my knee because for me, it's my knee. You're going through hormone changes, estrogen, testosterone, um, insulin. There's lots of things changing in your body, and your hormone balance has shifted as well. Your physical balance has also probably shifted. Now, let me talk about myself. When I was in my 30s, my evening snacks were epic. I could polish off a bag of goldfish one night and then a family size package of Twizzlers the next. My randoms, my workouts were 100% random. Sleep was catch as catch can, and still I felt fine. I was flexible. I built muscle. Everything was not a problem. Now my body lets me know immediately if I don't manage my workouts and my recovery. I need to be attentive to my stress because kind of a stressed out body is not an easy body actually to train. So I work on calming my nervous system. I allow time for recovery, which includes a dynamic workout before a dynamic warm up before a workout, static stretching after my workout, and rest throughout when I need to rest throughout the workout. And afterwards, certainly seeking to have good sleep at night, one full day of rest every week. And it is really necessary for me to be very deliberate with my strength training program so that it's very specific what I'm doing for every muscle in my body, the duration of when I'm training those muscles, and the frequency with which I'm training those muscles, and the progression in how much weight I'm lifting in my training program. All has to be super duper deliberate. Because my body is going to let me know if I'm not taking care of it. Maybe you're feeling the same way too, right? Could be for you an achy hip, could be low energy, could be poor sleep, could be a sore shoulder. And what is going on with my elbow? Right? It's always something. So, what changes after 40? Our recovery slows, right? It becomes harder to do high intensity workouts every single day of the week. It gets harder to sustain that. And because life stress matters and the things we're dealing with in life matters, right? And so we've got to kind of cope and adjust to it all. Muscle growth needs planning because it's not going to be automatic. And honestly, with your muscles, we start to lose muscle mass at the age of 30. It's really pretty young when that process starts, right? But most of us kind of get through our 30s. We're active enough that not much has changed. But going past 40, those muscles are going to start to get saggy and loose if we don't work on them. And right along with the muscles, the same thing is going to happen to our bones if we don't deliberately strength train. Um, our joints are going to need to be loaded in an intelligent manner. And we're going to need to do functional workouts and mobility training purposefully in the workout, right? Not just kind of slabbed on at the end of what we're doing. And we're going to deal with those shifts in hormones and how that's affecting our energy, our fat loss process, and our mood. We're going to have to be attentive to those hormone shifts and deal with them how we want to deal with them, and certainly seek medical attention and help if we need it. So I kind of like this metaphor, right? For our body as it ages, it's like our body's like an older iPhone, right? So with an older iPhone, and my iPhone is a little bit older, you can't really run 35 apps at the same time without draining the battery, right? And you need to schedule time for recharging, maybe close some tabs down, and you need to take steps to protect the system. In the same manner, you need to take steps to protect your system. And the trap is that if we're not seeing results, we just say, okay, I better train harder, double down on my cardio, cut my calories down even lower, and push through whatever pain and exhaustion I'm feeling and frustration, just push through it. And that is not going to lead to success, quite honestly. The better thing to do is to train not harder, but to train smarter with progressive strength training. I mentioned this when I was talking about my own program. You want to progress the volume that you're training, and you can do it with body weight, you can do it with resistance bands, you can do it with dumbbells, you can do it with machines in the gym. But as you get stronger, you want to progress over time, right? You do not want to be doing the same number of reps with 2-3 pound dumbbells year after year. That's not going to build muscle. And you want to build in recovery time, right? With strength training, we're very deliberately, and nobody disagrees with this. If I'm going to train chest, back, arms, triceps, shoulders, let's say do my whole upper body on Monday, I can't do my upper body again until Wednesday, right? You need a 48-hour break between working those muscles that significantly, and everyone agrees with that. And then similarly, you want to build in rest times in between your sets when you're in the middle of a training, right? So you catch your breath, drink some water, and you want to build in recovery time in terms of 1 day off a week for sure, and nice restful sleep in the evening. With your consumption, you want to fuel your body and not starve it, right? Give your body what it needs to be building muscle and bone, fueling your energy and fueling your life. Now, let me give you an example of a client. My client June is mid-70s and is an athlete, right? Still a competitive tennis player going into finals in her local competition, hikes and horseback rides. Recently, June had a shoulder that flared up from she joined friends in a boot camp workout that I wasn't involved in, and her shoulder pain flared up in that boot camp. And so what we did was I said, show me what you're doing. We took a look at what she was doing and saw that that her form was not serving. Number one, her form wasn't serving her, and number two, she wasn't doing enough recovery. So we fixed her form, looked at it really carefully, built in recovery, added in tender loving care for her shoulder, slowed down the pace of everything. And for June in particular, she likes to kind of move quickly. And so she wants to rush through a stretch, right? So she goes, poop, and I'm stretched, right? So I'm saying, no, we're going to stay actually in the stretch for 30 seconds, 6 cycles of breath. And that's enough time to have those muscles relax. Now June is back on the court, pain-free, playing in those in those final rounds in her local tennis club. If this is all making sense to you, and if you have questions yourself in terms of your own training, why don't you, and you're ready to stop spinning your wheels, book a discovery call with me, and we can just have a conversation, and I can just maybe just give you some advice and some thoughts. And if you have further questions and want to potentially work with me, we can talk about that too. No pressure, just a free opportunity to get to know each other. And the next video I'm going to produce is going to be about the fat loss lie that is really stealing your strength. Thank you so much for listening and being with me, and I'll see you soon.